Um, so as we gather today, I do want to reflect on a love that's so deep, so vast, and so profoundly transformative that words in their fullness seem inadequate to describe. And of course, I'm speaking about a mother's love. A love that mirrors in its own humble way the love God has for his people. A love that is both tender and fierce, sacrificial and unshakable. So, the great theologian R.C. Sproul once said, God's love is not like our love. His love is greater than anything we can fathom, and it is expressed in ways we do not fully comprehend. If we allow ourselves to reflect on that statement, we can begin to see how a mother's love, though not divine, is a reflection of that greater love, a glimpse of something truly holy. A mother's love, like God's, is selfless. From the moment a child is conceived, a mother begins the beautiful journey of giving herself for another. In the earlier stages, it's in the sleepless nights, the sacrifices of comfort and care taken to nourish and protect. Even before a child can utter a word, a mother's heart overflows with a commitment to love them unconditionally. So I'm often reminded that God's love for us is not based on merit. It is not based on merit. So let me repeat that. But on his nature. Correspondingly, a mother's love isn't conditional on the child's behavior, appearance, or accomplishments. A mother loves her child because that child is hers. And her love flows from her very being. There is nothing a child can do to make her love them less, and nothing can separate that bond. In the same way, God's love is unwavering, steadfast, the way God's love works to transform us into his likeness. A mother's love does not settle for the child's comfort alone. It strives for their holiness. It strives for their holiness, their maturity, and their well-being. Finally, a mother's love is sacrificial. I'm always reminded of the sacrificial love of Christ. The love that led Jesus to lay down his life for the salvation of the world. A mother's love, too, is sacrificial in many ways. She gives of herself daily, often without recognition. She pours herself out for her children, putting their needs before her own, and at times, her sacrifice seems limitless. In this way, we are reminded of the love of Christ, who gave himself completely, without reservation, for those who loved him and for the redemption of mankind. So, as we reflect on a mother's love, let us remember that it is not just beautiful sentiment, but a profound reflection of the grace and mercy of God. It is a love that mirrors the very heart of God, selfless, sacrificial, and transformative. My mother was one of God's greatest gifts to us. She guided us beautifully to the perfect love of our Heavenly Father. And for that, I am deeply grateful. Thank you.